time to celebrate. No, not
sorry.
God. This is indie news.
Oh, sorry.
That's Attitude Era Raw news.
There's never a bad time for a hoe train, though.
Depends where you're at.
That's true.
No hoe trains in jail. It's time to celebrate one of our favorite holidays, if you could call it.
You know, if you watch this show, it's like the best holiday.
It's pretty much the awesomest holiday for what I would consider the target audience for this show.
Absolutely.
It's National Pro Wrestling Day.
Yeah.
Or at least was. Because you're watching this a few days after National Pro Wrestling Day. But if you didn't celebrate this weekend, celebrate now.
Yeah.
Celebrate National Pro Wrestling Day today, Monday, while you're watching Raw.
Yeah.
After Raw. Make a cake. Drink some beer. Dance. Put some music on.
Let's talk about what happened this Saturday, or this past Saturday, at National Pro Wrestling Day.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
National Pro Wrestling Day results.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I'm getting these results just at the same time you guys are.
All right. So,
Technically.
we had the first Young Lions Cup 4-way eliminator match. That had Ashley Vox versus Prakash Sabar versus Jeremy Leary versus Wani.
All right.
The orders of eliminations are as follows. Ashley Vox was first eliminated by Wani. And then Prakash Sabar was eliminated by Jeremy Leary. And then to win the match, Wani eliminated Jeremy Leary.
Nice.
So he's moving on to the semifinals.
Chikara newcomer. Nice.
Yep. And so he's moving on. Here's where something a little strange happened.
Okay.
We had an appearance by Chuck Taylor. But Chuck Taylor is now black.
Okay, I was wondering what this was.
Bald. And Stokely Hathaway's cousin.
Okay. I saw somebody posted something that due to some sort of issue, Chuck Taylor can no longer use his name.
Chuck Taylor gave up, incidentally, gave up the rights to the Chuck Taylor character when he was promoting the Chuck Taylor retirement tour.
Okay.
Last year.
Right.
So therefore, the intellectual rights of the Chuck Taylor character have been bought by Stokely Hathaway and given to his cousin. So now there's a new Chuck Taylor. I think you can follow him at Chuck Taylor _TM on Twitter. The new Chuck Taylor. Made an appearance.
Interesting.
I don't think a lot of people were thrilled. But we'll see where this goes. It's definitely a weird story turn.
Man. It's wrestling, bro.
And then we had a Chikara match where Hollowicked defeated Ophidian with
rocking the Ophidian.
A counter of the Ophidian Death Grip.
Oh, alright.
Then we had the Fighting Spirit Wrestling Showcase match where Magma, Suntan Superman, and Superstar Whiplash defeated the House of Pain in a 6-man tag match. Then we had the second Young Lions Cup first round 4-way eliminator between Argus, Officer Warren Barksdale, Luke Lawson, and the Hermit Crab.
Alright.
Order of eliminations are as follows. Luke Lawson was eliminated by Officer Barksdale. Officer Barksdale was eliminated by the Hermit Crab. And to win the whole thing, Argus eliminated the Hermit Crab.
Wow, alright. It was a very orderly succession.
This. And then we had Heidi Lovelace defeat Solo Darling, making her Chikara debut.
Nice.
And then we had the third...
Is she going to be sticking around?
I don't know, no word, but...
That'd be awesome.
It is her first outing there, and it'd be cool to see another female Chikara competitor join the fray.
Oh, and with her ears and tail thing, she kind of fits the scenery in Chikara.
We had the third opening round Young Lions Cup Eliminator 4-way match. That had Delmy Exo, Nutrius X, Cashflow Ken Broadway, and the Proletariat Boar of Moldova.
I hope we lost.
The eliminations are as follows. Ken Broadway was eliminated by the Proletariat Boar of Moldova.
Oh, good. It did hold.
Delmy Exo was eliminated by Nutrius X, at which point it was noted that he flagrantly cussed in front of a Chikara audience.
Alright,
Shame.
Give the win to the boar. Unless he apologized like Phoenix did.
And to finish the match, the Proletariat Boar of Moldova was defeated by Nutrius X with a sunset flip.
He better apologize.
We had another Chikara match in which Mr. Touchdown was did defeat Pinky Sanchez.
Alright.
We had the Excellence Pro Wrestling Showcase match where Danger Jameson and Havoc defeated Mark Quinn and Sasha Jenkins. Then we had the last 4-way eliminator first round match in the Young Lions Cup tournament. We had the Rock Lobster. We had a Willow Nightingale. We had the Estonian Thunder Frog.
Yeah.
And we had Mike Verna. Mike Verna was eliminated first by Willow Nightingale. We had Willow Nightingale eliminated second by Rock Lobster. And then the winner going on to the semifinals is the Estonian Thunder Frog over the Rock Lobster.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him with his new gear and his hammer again.
Hammer
Looked cool.
So then we had Dasher Hatfield defeat Missile Assault Man.
Alright.
But Dasher Hatfield ordered the match to be restarted when he found out that Missile Assault Man's feet were on the ropes while he was pinning him. Shortly after the match was restarted, Missile Assault Man would win with a roll-up and holding the tights.
I was really hoping that he'd roll him up and put his feet on the ropes.
Yeah, and then Mr. Touchdown would run to the ring and argue with the referee, trying to get the match restarted again, to no avail.
So, what's Mr. Touchdown's deal? I thought he was like a bad guy and was like doing bad stuff, and that's why Dasher didn't he had the loaded elbow pad, right?
Oh, yeah, I think the idea behind this is that Mr. Touchdown was doing it in order for his team to win, but he wasn't doing it out of malice, and he's seen the error of his ways, and he's trying to correct.
Okay. He wanted to help Dasher's dugout. Okay, I get it. All right, fair enough.
And then we had the semifinals matches of the Young Lions Cup tournament. We started with the Estonian Thunder Frog defeating Nutrius X.
Good.
As well as 1E defeating Argus.
Ooh.
And then we had another Chikara debut. Scoot Tatum debuted against Wally Scott. And I'll give you a quick rundown of Scoot Tatum and the description that I got. He looks a lot like Chuck Taylor.
Okay.
Wearing black tights, long tights, black tights, kick pads, black kick pads, very generic, not much design. Looks ridiculously like Chuck Taylor in black tights with kick pads, wrestling completely seriously.
Well, it can't be Chuck Taylor because Chuck Taylor retired.
Yeah, well, it's Scoot Tatum. Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor's black now.
Yeah. But, basically, Chuck Taylor re-debuting for Chikara as Scoot Tatum, but wrestling in a completely different style, none of the goofiness, all serious, all forward, and defeating Wally Scott with a top rope moonsault.
I don't believe it. It's not... Chuck Taylor doesn't do top rope moves. He retired, and Chuck Taylor is now black and is related to Stokely Hathaway. This is not Chuck Taylor.
Post-match, Scoot Tatum said that he hated his name and he was going to change it. We had the semi-main event in which we saw Princess Kimberly successfully defeat former WWE Women's Champion Mickie James.
I want to see this match.
And then in the finals of the Young Lions Cup tournament, we crowned the new Young Lions Cup champion, the Thunder Frog.
Yeah!
Defeated Wani.
All right.
And that's it for National Pro Wrestling Day results. All sorts of crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, 2016 is going to be an interesting year in Chikara.
Yeah.
No Challenge of the Immortals, but lots of interesting things happening. Glad to see the Thunder Frog back. That's cool.
Yeah.
And now he's the Young Lions Cup champion. So good.
How
for
about
him.
Ring of Honor this week? What happened? Tell
Well,
us. After
Time at the bottom of your
time.
screen. Click it now, because if you haven't clicked it now, it's your fault, and I'm going to spoil everything for you unless you want to watch it this Wednesday. And here we go. We open up with Alex Shelley taking on Frankie Kazarian. No Christopher Daniels in Frankie Kazarian's corner due to his suspension a couple weeks ago. And we got kind of an interesting moment at the end where Frankie Kazarian actually grabbed the hammer, the bell hammer, just like Christopher Daniels did, and was going to use it on Alex Shelley. The referee's telling him not to. Alex Shelley ended up getting the hammer and had a chance to use it himself, but instead tossed it to Chris Sabin. It was some very interesting tension. I don't know if Alex Shelley is starting to try and get to Chris Sabin to reform the Motor City Machine Guns, or what is happening. I don't know exactly. But Alex Shelley did end up picking up the win against Frankie Kazarian with the sliced bread. We also got a phone call on commentary from Steve Carino, saying that he saw what BJ did to Colby last week, and the time for talking is done. And so I'm guessing next week he plans on having a face-to-face with BJ Whitmer. I think we're looking at that match being at the 14th anniversary.
I'm excited for that. I'm a big Steve Carino fan.
Yeah. Up next, we had Dalton Castle taking on Joey Diesel Diego from the House of Truth. He's no longer going by Jay Diesel now. He's Joey Diego. His nickname is Diesel. Good match. Best.
Apparently, they don't want two J's anymore.
Probably not.
If there's no middleman to break it up, no Donovan Dijak in the middle.
Fantastic spot in this match, though. If you watched Wrestle Kingdom, you didn't actually see it at Wrestle Kingdom, but you heard the commentary of it, of the Truth of Rooney. Diego knocked Dalton Castle to the outside, so Truth Martini, being Truth Martini, decides that he's going to get in, do the Truth of Rooney, and start showing off. And he starts to back up. Like, I don't know if he was moonwalking or something, but he moonwalked up against the ropes. And as he was moonwalking, the boys held the ropes open, so Truth Martini fell out of the ring and fell to the outside. He didn't like that very much.
Smart.
But Dalton Castle did end up beating Joey Diego with the Bangarang. And while him and the boys are celebrating, Silas comes out and tells the boys, I gave you all, I gave you all these options, and your names are Brent and Brian or something like that. They both start with B.
The Major Brothers.
Was that their names?
Brett and Brian Major?
The Brent.
I think you misheard it.
Brent.
I think it's Brett and Brian.
It's not Curtis Axel.
It's not Curtis Axel.
It's not Curtis Axel. It's not Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
This was Zack Ryder and Brian Myers.
This was all distraction. The Beer City Bruiser ended up grabbing both the boys, pretty much holding them hostage, while then he attacked Dalton Castle. Then he gave the boys the option again to, attack Dalton Castle, join him. Instead, they ended up attacking Silas Young. Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young beat down the boys, and then they beat down Dalton Castle once again. So we're maybe going to get a 3-on-2 handicap match at the 14th anniversary. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. We had the third match in the first round of the Top Prospect Tournament, where Action Ortiz defeated Leo St. Giovanni. Kind of a clumsy match. Action Ortiz is a very agile big man. I can imagine going against someone, not to say Leo St. Giovanni was bad, but they didn't have chemistry together, and I think they tried way too hard to be flashy and didn't have the right the right chemistry to make it happen. Leo St. Giovanni had some great spots, some great dives. But Action Ortiz ended up winning with he set him up back suplex style, but then like flipped him where he landed on his face, and he calls it like the kill screen or something like that. I didn't quite understand what the second part of it was, but yeah, it was.
Sounds a lot like Touchdown's old move.
What was that?
The flea flicker.
Huh. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's not the best match, but yeah, Action Ortiz moving on. He will face the winner of next week's match between Leo Rush and Jason Kincaid. And then, before we go into our main event, which is for the tag team titles, Stokely Hathaway says that 2016 is going to be the year of Moose. In 2015, they had some ups, they had some downs, but they are going to start 2016 off right, and he is now challenging Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada to face Moose at the 14th anniversary.
Holy cow.
So that should be an interesting matchup for sure. But then we go. We have the All Night Express getting their tag team title match, which they earned at Final Battle, going against War Machine. So the best part of this match, there wasn't a lot in this match that was out of the ordinary of either team. But it got to a point where these teams were just whooping the shit out of each other. Like, they were so aggressive. They went out to the outside. They're throwing each other against the barricade, and the ref is counting and counting and counting. And the legal men at this point are Rhett Titus and Hansen. And it's like, okay, they're going to go to a double count out, and they're going to have, it's going to be, they're going to get a rematch at the 14th anniversary with, like, some other team. But at 19 and a half, both Rhett Titus and Hansen bolt to the ring, get back in. I was worried. I was like, oh, don't make this the end. And then they got in, like, at the very last possible second. It was fantastic. But then we ended up getting, the aggression just went to new heights. Raymond Rowe went for shotgun knees on Rhett Titus and moved and got the referee instead. I felt bad for that referee. But then Kenny King was doing something with the timekeeper's table, and so the crowd started chanting, "We want tables." They brought a table in, and they were going to double team Rowe through it. Instead, Rowe reversed and gave a Uranagi slam to Kenny King through the table. The referee saw this. That caused a disqualification. So technically, the All Night Express won, but it was disqualification, so they don't get the titles. And we had a brawl to finish off Ring of Honor this week. I'm sure we're either going to get some other team added to this, or maybe we'll get like a fight without honor between All Night Express and War Machine for the tag team titles. Also next week, we'll have the Young Bucks taking on ACH and Matt Sydal, and as I said, Leo Rush versus Jason Kincaid in the final first round Top Prospect tournament match. And that is it for Ring of Honor this week. One quick news story. I'm sure we'll probably see Awesome Kong, Amazing Kong, whatever you want to call her, showing up on some of our indie shows coming up soon, because she was just recently fired from TNA. Probably due to whatever happened with her and Rebby Sky while TNA was on their UK tour.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, let's face it, she's got a home in Japan.
Yeah.
She's huge over there.
I honestly wouldn't even be surprised to see her go back to WWE at this point.
I would love to see her show up back. I would love to see her show up in NXT and do something with Nia Jax.
Hell yeah.
I think it'd be great to have someone of similar stature for Nia Jax to work with. Mm-hmm. Not per se, maybe not on TV, feud with or partner with, but like at the Performance Center.
For her to get a better understanding of the ring. Because she's going against, all the girls are less than half of her size. Yeah. Like Billie Kay is the closest she's going to get to her size. And Billie Kay still probably gives up 100 pounds to her. Close to.
I think it'd be invaluable experience.
Yeah. And, the Karma character never actually went anywhere, so it'd be nice to see it come back and have Kong actually be able to do something.
Yeah, she could come back and beat the shit out of the Bella Twins.
Hey, Annie Marie.
Yeah, no, I was just saying because I'm pretty sure that's like the story when she left.
Right, yeah.
They were making fun of her because she left when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And they were making fun of her like, oh, who'd want to sleep with you?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Bree. Nikki's got the time off. They'll wait till Nikki comes back, and then they'll hire Kong, and then she'll destroy the Bella Twins, and that'll be the end of Nikki Bella's career. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway.
We got
some upcoming shows.
You got anything?
I have nothing.
You know that there's going to be Ring of Honor next week.
Yes.
That's all.
Coming up soon, I'll be able to give you a full card for the 14th anniversary. Which
do we have any matches like that are already in stone?
Well, we have the triple threat for the title.
Okay.
And then the tag team match announced last week would be the Briscoes against Elgin and Tanahashi. Those are the only two matches that are officially set. But yeah, with what happened this week, we'll probably get a few more matches added.
Yeah, I'm intrigued at the prospect of Moose versus Okada.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's still a couple weeks before the show, so I'm sure we'll get a lot more build.
Sounds good to me. All right, we do have some shows upcoming this weekend. We're going to start on Friday the 12th, where we've got 2 shows.
What?
2. We've got one in Reseda, California. That would be PWG. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla presents Bowie.
Last one was Lemmy. This one's Bowie. Next one's going to be Rickman.
Maybe. We're going to see Chuck Taylor. Not sure which Chuck Taylor is going to show up for this one. We'll be going against making his PWG debut, Dalton Castle.
It's going to be the black one.
We're going to have Speedball Mike Bailey versus Evil Player Uno. We're going to have Chris Hero versus Trent. Sammy Callahan versus Jack Evans. Adam Cole versus Andrew Everett. Trevor Lee versus Zack Sabre Jr. And Roderick Strong defending the PWG Championship against Drew Galloway.
Nice.
Also, if you go halfway across the country to Cleveland, Ohio, you're going to get AIW, Absolute Intense Wrestling presents Don't Feed Us After Midnight.
That's a Gremlins reference.
It is. And we've got a 6-way scramble match, as per usual, for AIW.
It's an AIW staple.
Yeah, we're going to have Brian Carson, Space Monkey, Britt Baker, Joshua Singh, yes. Frankie Flynn, and Eddie Kingston.
I feel like Eddie Kingston is the oddball in that grouping there. I feel bad for the other 5 guys.
I just want to hear the call Back Fist to the Future on Space Monkey. We're going to have a 4 corners match between Lewis Linden, DJ Z, Facade, and Cloudy. We're going to have Tim Dunst versus Brian Myers.
That should be good.
There's a 6-man tag match. And it's going to be Jock Sampson, Bunkhouse Buck, and Tracy Smothers versus Dick Justice, Marion Fontaine, and Colt Cabana.
Wow.
Yes. The team of Sampson, Buck, and Smothers, they will have Colonel Robert Parker in their corner. And retorting that, Cabana, Justice, and Marion Fontaine will have Missy Hyatt in their corner.
Wow.
Yeah, out of nowhere. We're having some flashbacks to WCW going on.
I think Colt actually mentioned something about that on one of his last podcasts. So,
and then we're going to have Alex Shelley versus Candice LeRae.
Ooh, that'll be good.
And then the Intense Championship is on the line as Jerry defends against Gregory Iron. Heidi Lovelace defends the Women's Championship against Veda Scott. Team Hot Sauce Entertainment defends their newly won Tag Team Championships against the former champions Team 2 Infinity. And Ethan Page will defend the Absolute Championship against Josh Prohibition.
Wow. All right. All the titles on the line.
Yep. And then on Saturday the 13th, we've got 2 shows. These are both emanating out of the same place. They're both emanating from the same arena in the same place. They're both emanating on the same day from the same arena because it's a double header.
Oh.
WSU and CZW. Double anniversary show, double header.
Nice. Wow.
Jeez.
doubles.
WSU's 9-year anniversary show and Combat Zone Wrestling's 17-year anniversary.
Holy shit. They've been going since 99?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
So we do know that Alicia is going to be coming back to WSU to be inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And then we're going to have Su Yung versus Samantha Heights. I've never seen Samantha Heights before, so I'm not sure if it's her debut or not. But she looks cool. We're going to have Jenny Rose versus Jordan Grace. Solo Darling versus Veda Scott in an uncensored rules match. We're going to have Jessica Havoc versus Lufisto. Penelope Ford versus Brittany Blake. Leva Bates defends the Spirit Championship against Hania. And the Chicks Using Nasty Tactics will be defending the Tag Team Championships against the Fella Twins. Yeah. Do you see the picture on that one? It's not pretty.
I can guess.
They saw it. They
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, but you'll see it.
Oh yeah. Also, oh god.
When it goes up, you'll see it.
Oh god. I'm scared.
And that's at 4 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we start the CZW 17. We're going to have Masada versus AR Fox. We're going to have Danny Havoc versus Ricky Shane Page in a match where there's a stipulation going both directions. If Ricky Shane Page wins the match, he will become a full-time roster member for CZW. If Danny Havoc wins, he becomes the #1 contender for the CZW Championship.
So, contract versus contender.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool. We're going to have a 6-person tag team match. Scarlet and Graves versus Sozio, Dirty Bucks Belmar, and Connor Claxton. A very eclectic trio there.
Wow.
We're going to have the Amazing Gulags versus the Dub Boys. Sammy Callahan versus Speedball Mike Bailey. So my guess is they're traveling from PWG all the way across the country overnight for...
They got a date.
That. Leo Rush is going to be defending his newly won CZW Wired Championship against former champion Joey Janela in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Nice.
We're going to have Team TV Ready defend the Tag Team Championships against former champions Team Tremendous. And there's going to be a CZW Championship match where Matt Tremont defends against Nation of Intoxication's Devin Moore.
Alright. It's a stacked card there.
It is. And to top it all off, CZW will induct, and yes, he's been confirmed that he will appear, Drake Younger is to be inducted into the CZW Hall of Fame.
Very cool.
That's all I got for upcoming shows.
That's all we got for indie news.
So don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Yeah. Comment what you thought about National Pro Wrestling Day. Comment about your thoughts on the Stokely Hathaway, Chuck Taylor, Scoot Tatum controversy, whatever it is. Also,
comment about independent wrestling promotions near you. If you want us to talk about somebody that we don't talk about regularly on the show, you know, we talk about a lot of people on the show. We talk about Shimmer, we talk about Evolve, Chikara, Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, AAW, AIW, CZW, all sorts of people. If you want us to talk about your local promotion or your favorite promotion, put a link to Facebook, YouTube, any kind of embedded videos that you can send that and put that in the comments.
Yeah,
and
also,
you can even shoot it to us on our Twitters, on the Instagram,
Facebook,
email it to us because we got 2 different emails you can use. So there's a lot of different ways that you can tell us about who you want to see on the indie news segment of Wrestling Rundown.
Even if it's a bigger promotion that we might know of, we might, whether it's Pro Wrestling Syndicate or
Smash Wrestling,
Revolution Pro Wrestling,
St. Louis Anarchy,
anything like that. If there's something that you want us to talk about, post it in the comments, and we will be sure to give it its own spot whenever they got some shows going on. And also, for all the ones that we do talk about, there are links above our links in the description. If you want to check out any of the guys we talk about, They are all in the description, including, I just recently added New Japan Pro Wrestling's website, the English version, so everything's translated for you.
Hey, that's good.
And if you speak Japanese and you go to the English version, there is a button at the top that will translate it back into Japanese.
Fun in a bun.
So,
Fun
yeah.
in a steamed bun.
That is it.
Also, check out the playlist.
Oh yeah, that one.
Because there's the Raw review. There's a SmackDown rundown. There's a midweek wrap up.
Yeah, midweek wrap up. Second episode of Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
SmackDown Rundown brought to you by Bootios. It's a very helpful cereal that is coming to a store probably nowhere near you.
Yeah.
But it's worth knowing about.
I think it's available only in select markets in North Korea currently.
Yeah. Start. Someone start an online petition. Maybe if we get enough signatures, we can get Bootios in the States.
Yeah.
But that is it for Indie News. That is it for episode 86. Thanks for everyone that has been liking and sharing and listening and all that fun stuff to our videos and our podcasts.
Oh yeah, the podcast. That's a thing too.
Yeah, coming up next week, episode 87.
Yeah.
We're getting even closer to Fastlane. You will be getting live results from SmackDown because we are going. We will have the live experience. And we will have all of those
We
results.
have Thomas's top 5 for January.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't been here to do that yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got a top 5 coming up pretty soon, too.
A late top 5.
So
top 5 nonetheless. It doesn't make the 5 any less top.
Yeah.
Just because it's late.
What?
So just because it's late. It doesn't. It's
I
not,
thought there was going to be something after that. Apparently not.
There's always something after that.
Huh.
It's fuck Alex Riley.
Yeah. Bootios. Clears up those A-Ride infections.
Don't fuck Alex Riley in the bootio.